What's up, everybody? Happy Aloha Friday. 3-day weekend. Hope you guys are all making plans to go out and go fishing with your ohana, or just at least get out. Are you gonna dip out this weekend, Jesse?
After work tomorrow.
Yeah?
Hopefully the weather, bro. Hopefully the weather.
What is the weather
good.
looking like?
They say it's gonna sprinkle.
Sprinkles all weekend.
Big sprinkles.
Gonna put a damper on your pursuit of an Aloha. One of the reasons why I wanted to have Jesse on is in case you guys haven't been following him on Instagram, if you're one of his new 1,000 followers.
2,800.
Yeah, you 2,800 new followers because of the series that he's been putting out on his Instagram account, fishing every day until you catch an Aloha. That's one of the reasons why I'm trying to set you up a little bit. So let's talk all about you. Hey, if you guys got questions about Hawaii fishing, you can drop them right now while we're live in the comments on Instagram. Wallace is actually live on Instagram right now. He'll help out answer some questions. You can also drop your questions in the comments right now. But if you got some questions about what Jesse's been doing, please feel free to drop your questions now too. How many days in are you right now?
We're in at about, today would be 39, and I'm thinking I'm out almost 30. I think it's over 30 trips, maybe.
Over 30 trips.
Almost 30 trips.
You had a couple days, because it's, unless you you got responsibilities.
Yeah.
You're not going to be able to go fishing every day.
Yeah. I mean, I could, but it'd be kind of really like half kind of fishing.
Yeah,
you know?
like half an hour.
Yeah.
When you go and you're doing, because I mean, you're not trying to whip for it. You're trying to mostly your bait casting.
Yeah.
So we're what? How many? We're like 40 plus days into the year. Almost 60. Yeah, no, 40 plus.
Oh, yeah.
But you've been able to fish more than almost 90% of it, right?
Yeah, I think so far haven't filmed 2 trips.
2 trips.
Yeah, that was before I thought about starting the challenge.
I really like the concept because every time a new video pops up,
Yeah.
I keep thinking maybe this is the one.
Yeah.
Maybe this is the one.
When it does come to the one, I don't know how I'm gonna do it to where it's kind of like, oh wow, like kind of
People are
It's gonna
people
be
are
really
rooting for you,
random.
man.
It's
Like
gonna be really random.
we have customers coming in. They're like, so has Jesse caught his Aloha yet? And then we had some old timers that came through and they were like,
Yeah.
hey, check out our young boy Jesse. This is what he gotta do. And they're giving advice. How's your DMs? You getting plenty messages of support?
Yeah. Questions like that and
Yeah.
whatnot. Yeah.
What spot will you use at?
I know. Just don't ask for the spot. I mean,
Yeah.
it's literally right there on the camera. You just gotta go on Google Earth if you want to.
Yeah, I like that you're just kind of, you're not making a big deal about the spots that you're fishing,
Yeah.
but you are going all over the island. I dig that.
We just haven't went east yet.
Yeah.
East, yeah.
All right.
That's
all
a
right.
far one. That's a far one.
Let's see. What other question I asked you? Okay, so we were talking about hopefully doing an overnighter down Ever Beach side. I think we'd probably just get some fresh taco and maybe some live bait.
I think live bait might be the one for this.
I think so too. I think so. Well, the thing is that that's what I was asking you. How far can you chuck a tilapia?
Yeah. Depends on the wind.
How would you do it? Would you so say for instance you caught tilapia about that big. You could cast that, yeah?
I just try and eat it as far as I can, honestly. Yeah.
It doesn't need to get out super far,
Yep.
but I would probably recommend maybe if we do it into the maybe an hour or two before sunset.
Yeah.
You can kind of walk out a little bit and maybe dump shot it. So I know you're setting kind of regulations. We talked about you're in a tournament right now too. So
Yeah.
if you do it during the tournament, I told you I'm not gonna pad all lines or anything.
Yeah.
But are you against during your quest for the Aloha? Are you against having your line paddled out?
Yes.
Okay, so
I figured it'd be too easy just to I mean, you see how the catch rate is when you go that far out.
well when you're
Yeah.
putting it where the Aloha's is, it's always gonna up your chances.
Yeah.
But I see you wanna be with the straight bait casters.
Casting, sliding,
Yeah,
whatever from shore, basically.
I like it. I like how the community is coming behind you too, which is really cool because all the uncles at the where they all following. Yeah. All right, let's see what questions we got. I'm gonna scroll all the way up to the top on Instagram. If you're watching on YouTube, TikTok. Please feel free to drop your questions in the comments while we're live. And if you're watching it later in the day, please feel free to drop your questions in the comments. We respond to as many comments as we possibly can overnight after we post. Let's see. Okay, Jesse giving the Aloha's chance so he can extend the series and keep it interesting, like a two-hammer, like a true hammer. What's the shortest outing you've had so far?
Maybe hour.
Hour.
Yeah.
Felt like it wasn't even worth it though, huh?
Sometimes,
Yeah.
yeah. Sometimes I only got an hour to fish though.
Yeah.
So that's the hard part.
Get in what you can. I wouldn't really think about it too much. What is your favorite bait to use? I'll let you go. What's your favorite bait to use?
Probably gonna be shrimp.
Shrimp?
Yeah.
I did see you when we caught the OU on one of the spin to spot. It was all about the shrimp.
Shrimp is nice.
I like thin strips of Ika. I like that. I've always had my best luck on Ika. I can catch any kind with that. Good sized papillos and such. Start targeting Hinaleas and Alua's gonna come, says I think that's Max Renegado. Customers come in to say hi to Jesse. Yeah, I see the kids too. You was just at the register helping kids, and I could tell they was a little bit kind of, you know, it's interesting. Like the kids, they follow on Instagram or they see on YouTube, and they see the person that they watching the videos all week, you know, and they're kind of excited to see people. The same way we have customers come in, and like I walk out, you know, I'm always walking around the shop from the back room to the studio and back and forth, and then I kind of walk out and people are like, they big smiles, huh? And I'm like, hey, what's going on, bro? How you doing? And they're like, oh, we watch all your videos on YouTube. Hey, thank you for doing the show and stuff. And it kind of reinforces that we're doing the right thing by talking about fishing and putting out like almost like a daily podcast about fishing, which is, and we appreciate the feedback. Thank you guys for that as well.
Take everything that I do with a grain of salt. That's just the way I fish. I know you may have somebody, your role model, fish another way, but the way I'm doing it is just the way I fish. So
that's cool. That's the way it should be. Really should be. Isn't that the guy that fishes every day until you catch a Hammer 808? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. He's not fishing right now, but he's planning on fishing very soon. Okay, Wallace should start one called Working Every Day Until He Can Finally Go Fish. Working every day until he can finally go fish.
That's a good one.
It's going to be a several year-long series. Oh, and somebody says, no give up, Jesse. You're going to catch that bugger soon. Persistence, man. I think I'm rooting for you because it's just like everybody says, oh, I try not catch. Any advice or any tips on catching a lure? The number one thing is go fish, bro. You're not going to catch fish sitting on your phone asking questions. You're going to catch fish by getting out and getting your hooks wet.
The way I see it, like yeah, it would be nice to catch one sooner because there's a lot of pressure to post a vid kind of almost every day. So that would be nice.
You set that up to yourself.
It could be whenever, you know.
Yeah.
It could be like a couple months from now, whatnot.
Have you gotten any like decent strikes yet though?
No, not yet.
Not even.
Not yet.
I thought I saw one video you posted nibbles. Like little bit strike, no strikes, nothing pulled line.
I think the best fish so far was like a 4-pound oyo.
Yeah.
That's about it. I mean, uluas have come up in the video, popillos like that, but
another thing I wanted to ask you about was I see you're fishing with friends and stuff. You got a lot of people coming out with you now.
Yeah.
And it's kind of interesting because you just said before we went on, like last year you would call up people go fish and they're like, nah. But the fact that you're doing the video, like it's motivating a lot of people to get out there, which is awesome. And that as far as somebody who sells fishing supplies, mahalo for that. Let's see what questions we got on YouTube. What are you looking for when determining if a spot has omilu? And does omilu and other papillo found in the same areas? What are you looking for when determining your spot has omilu? I like deeper water. I have seen omilu in shallow water fighting in the shore breaks and stuff like that. But usually I notice omilus will tend to be in like not shallows but more in deeper water because they're constantly moving and it's harder for them to move. They'll come in and chase something into the shallows, but a lot of times they're just going into the deeper water and checking to see anything that they can target. And the answer to your other question is do omilu and other papillo, they are in the same area. Okay. And let's see. I think we answered that question from Hama 808. And let's see. Drones or whatever are tools of the privilege. Casting to the max separates the boys from the men, says John Dixon. Drones or whatever are tools of the privilege. Yeah, no, drones were kind of like, I see what you're saying, the tools of the privilege. But I don't know, like, in my personal opinion, when it comes down to being like really set in your ways and just saying strictly bait cast, I get it. You're tournament fisherman. You got to be on the up and up, which everybody should. But I have a problem with people that are like anti paddle out.
I would say like that's just a smart way of fishing. You know, if you really had to produce something to catch,
Yeah.
I mean, really great idea. It's just that the way we kind of handled that idea didn't
No.
exactly fit to, you know, like marine life and stuff. It was just
No, it was
a lot
just
unethical
some
at
people
some
getting
points.
very nuts, and the same people that are still doing it were the ones that were causing problems when it was actually okay. So the people that were causing the problems with drones are the same people that are just ignoring and giving everybody the finger when it comes to drones are illegal. They don't care. They don't care. They're not gonna care. And I don't know if they ever will care, even if they get ticketed or fined and their drones repossessed. But you know, there's always been techniques that provide fish. You know, hanging bait, casting. Casting is a new thing, but it's, you know, new thing in regards to the long spectrum of fishing. Bait casting, you know, it's only been what, around since the 60s or 70s when we started getting conventionals that you could cast. Atlapac reels, maybe the 50s at the earliest. But I don't know. I just don't like it when people are just like anti something
Like
else.
new technology.
It's kind of like, yeah, negativity. Hey, I accepted the fate. Drones are illegal in Hawaii. The moment it was deemed illegal, I sold my drone. Got rid of it. I don't have a drone. I don't own a drone for fishing. I own a drone for photography. But all I'm saying is that negativity, I think we got to chill with a lot of that. Paddling out, hey, it's still there. People still catch fish via paddling out. In Ewa Beach, it's not, you know, I'm not going to just sit there and not catch everything for 20 outings. I like paddle out. I like put my bait in the zones because there are no zones that are super close to shore. You up your chances by taking your lines out to where the fish are. And that's just an advantage that we have because we have a kayak, which isn't necessarily a privileged thing. A lot of people have kayaks. But we also have the physical aptitude to paddle into the waves. We're not scared. We're going to get wet. And we're going to place our bait where the bait is, you know, where the fish are. Okay, hook size for o'eel. Standard answered for that is going to be size 14, 16, 18. Size 14, 16, and 18. BKN, preferably. You have a certain size that you prefer for o'eel?
Yeah, around that size. But I've been seeing a lot more guys that I go with catch on bigger hooks, like the 24, even the 26.
What are they using for bait on those hooks?
Either taco or ika.
Taco or ika. So, but when it comes down to it, if you want a solid, like, kind of answer that we've been giving a lot of people for a while, and there's certain people that go bigger, there's certain people that go a little bit smaller, but the standard would be 14, 16, and 18 BKN. All right. Anywhere between the 14 to 18 BKN, somebody says. Maybe get action on a 20. All right. Even Danny uses like almost like a size 22, 24 that
Yeah.
you're talking about. Okay. Match it to the size of your bait. Catch them on small hooks too. All right. Have you ever tried bait casting down? We cannot mention spots. You can say yeah or nay to that one.
Yeah, that was one of my videos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, when pendulum casting, any tips for distance? Practice. That's just the thing. Practice is where you're going to learn what adjustments you need to make, what lead is going to work best for your pull. Sometimes even the ratings on the rods might be different. You might get the best cast based on your mechanics with a different weight than what the rod is specifying. So the thing is just practice. Get out, try different weights. Sometimes I notice I get sometimes a better cast with a 7 than an 8 because the 7 is better matched to my medium heavy nitros. You know, so try different weights too, and also just practice makes perfect. You know. All right, let's see what other questions we got. Drones are great if you are responsible. Avaya, too many pilau guys drones target fish and leave all the rubbish. You know, it's basically pilau behavior, period. That, you know, they just fly their drones over people. They fly their drones into surf spots. That's one of the reasons why that bill got kind of pushed, was because of some guys doing drones out at Habush that pissed off all the guys that have been surfing there for, what, 50 plus years. All right. I usually like my lead with my reel. Should it be lower? I like up my lead with my reel. My reel, should it be lower? I have no idea what he's asking. Okay,
maybe where, you know how like you hold your lead?
Oh, like
probably close
by
to
your
reel,
reel?
yeah.
Like when you do a pendulum cast?
Everyone's gonna be different for
Yeah.
that one.
Everybody's got different mechanics, different heights. The way that Jesse casts is going to be different than the way that I cast. And the way that Wallace casts, you don't cast conventional, so. All right. What do you prefer, full moon or no moon at night for fishing? What do you prefer?
For me, I like the no moon, just based off the area I fish.
Yeah. I like whatever the moon is in the sky. When I get one chance to go fishing, I go fishing. I would like to I wish I had the luxury of paying attention to that kind of stuff. But when I have an opportunity to go fishing, I don't care what the moon is. I don't care what the tide is. I don't care if the sun is up or the sun is down. If I get a chance to go fishing, I'm going fishing. All right. See what other questions we have over there on YouTube. How's it? Is there a way to get my hook unstuck on the reef when my leader is 80-pound test and up? I'll let you answer that one.
If you go dive and unhook your line, it can probably, but other than that, you're probably gonna lose them.
80-pound. Well, I mean, your 80-pound leader. I've had to break
Mm.
50. That's rough. That's the one where you walk back all the way. Your thing pulls you back a little bit. You gotta reel it in, get it super tight, and just walk backwards with your pole pointed away towards your back. You got, eventually something will give or the line will snap. I mean, I don't know if you're a big guy or not, but yeah, 50-pound test is kind of hard to break, but sometimes you just got to do it, especially if your swivel is hung up on the rocks or something. All right, and then here's the one from TK Maeda. He said, do you happen to be keeping a log of actual time spent trying to catch? Just active time of bait in the water, casting lures, not to include diving time, catching bait, setting up. You happen to be keeping...
That would actually be... I should actually start doing that. I was actually thinking, because a lot more of the spots I've been going is playing walking. I was like, oh, how much miles I gotta walk,
Yeah.
until I catch them. But
you can probably keep track with your phone.
I should start keeping track of that. But I can probably get an estimate.
I think it's just you got a lot of guys that, like, when you don't have a whole lot of time to go fishing, you spend a lot of time analyzing and trying to make the most of the little time that you get fishing.
Yeah.
So guys, they kind of go down a rabbit hole of, keeping track of this and this and that. But it'd probably be a good idea to at least keep track of how long you're actually fishing and stuff like that. Let's see. Have you guys ever heard about the 134-pounder shot 2 days ago off Kauai? I haven't heard about it. You heard about it?
I've seen it, yeah.
Yeah? Shot.
Pretty cool, yeah.
Spear, what? Tree prong or?
Spear gun.
Spear gun, nice.
134 hole.
Mean.
That's one fish.
All that money to catch one fish that tastes like our fucking Wallace. Wait. Well, you know what? I'm not even going to spoil it. I'm not even going to influence your decision. I was going to ask you a question about catch or release. That's your call. No judgment either way. All right. What brand BKN would you recommend? Just lost something from a rubber hook. Everybody kind of swears by the Maruto. There's a lot of different factors that go into choosing a hook. For some people, it's cost. For some people, it's being able to reuse the hook. And then for other people, it's strength. There's certain hooks that are stronger than others, but they're heavier. They're different metals. And sometimes they're just really expensive. But Maruto BKN has been a standard for quite a while here in Hawaii. Before that, there was like Japanese hooks like Tankichi. But a lot of people for like bigger game, they love mustad circles. They like gamakatsu. What are they called? Gamakatsu, big circle, something like that. We sell them here.
Big eye circle.
Big eye circle gamakatsu. But like I said, Maruto BKN is like probably our best selling BKN hook here on our website. All right, let's see. Got a bunch of more questions coming in on Instagram. It's hard to see what the questions are and people just responding, having conversations. This is a 14-0 hook, good for Ulua sliding. Yeah, 14-0 is probably, I'd say 12-0 is probably like the starting point for smaller baits and small tacos. But 12, 14, 16, and 18 are the most popular sizes, with a more lean towards 18 and 16 being the standards. And that is mustad circle hooks, the ones we sell on our website. We also have VMCs, and their sizes are very comparable. VMCs are also very popular. Tournament circles, 12-0, 14-0, 16-0, 18-0 in stock. And also, just so you guys know, we got a massive restock in High Fish Gear today. We got a pallet worth of stuff. We got restocked on all of our line. J-Braid, Andy, Trilene, all of our monofilament line, all of our braid is restocked. We've been having people come in for notifications all day and people placing orders online. We also got restocked on some locally made fabricated stuff. Big Island style gaffs are restocked. Stainless steel helo guides are restocked, which somebody just placed an order online, and I got my 2 from my heavy action nitros that are being wrapped. We also got restocked on one-way bells from Blind Mullet. Stainless steel bell holders. We got some of Blind Mullet's one-way bells. A lot of good stuff just came back on the website today. Let's see what else we got going on. Here to win, cutting from the line when pulling them. Oh, cutting from the line. When you pull them, all you hear is because the line is stretching like on guitar string. All right. I think that it would be good to keep track of the actual time spent as well as how many actual days. Would be interesting to see how much actual time that you've invested into it.
Oh yeah.
That would be good. You can estimate.
I'll
Estimate up until now.
Actually, yeah.
I know that you've got video from that time.
Yeah.
You maybe can check through. I'm not sure if you're deleting stuff off your phone. You're recording it all from GoPro, huh?
It's been a mix now.
Been a mix.
GoPro and
Yeah.
phone.
I saw that one video just the other day where you were showing your GoPro in your mirror. It's nice, bro. I feel like I'm going along with you every time. And I know a lot of the guys that you've been fishing with. I see familiar faces. So it's actually a really good series. Props on the concept, brother. Props on the concept. I talked to him about it.
I don't mind guys wanting to do their own too. I mean, go ahead, bruh. Go ahead.
Yeah, he's giving you proof. He's not calling it for his own. So if you guys want to try it yourself, you got his blessing right now. What beaches are safe to fish from at night? Went south side and Ala side, looking for west side or north shore areas. Vanakeki, my suggestion for anybody who's unfamiliar with an area before you go fishing, I wouldn't commit to going fishing overnight someplace until you get a walk in there on a random night and check it out. My suggestion is stick to beach parks. Be familiar with what time it closes, whether you need to be dropped off or whether you need to park outside of the park and walk to the beach. But I would stick with beach parks at night just as you get into it. Some places are not safe for everybody. There's certain places where I wouldn't go fishing at night just because partly scary obake kain, and then partly I don't really know people from that area, and I'd be wary, I'd be head on a swivel and not really enjoying myself, kind of watching out for myself and my gear. But start with the beach parks, and remember, certain beach parks close. You're not supposed to have your car in the parking lot, or you're going to be locked in there all night. I've heard some people get locked into spots for a while now. All right. Looking for places to stay away from. Oh, there we go. Where is a good spot to catch more fish? No wise ass comment when I say every spot has a potential for holding fish. You just got to try different places. You don't have to commit to a full overnight excursion, but try a little half hour feel. Go check it out. See what the water's doing. I like to pay attention to the deepness. Like certain deeper water spots get me more excited because I'm so used to shallow waters down this side.
Yeah.
When I go fishing somewhere and I can just see blue water and clear water, oh my goodness, clear water gets me super excited. Where you can see out 15 feet down and see reef heads, and you can actually see the fish moving. I mean, that's amazing. To me, that gets me hyped. That gets me excited to be able to see in deeper, cleaner water. But really, you just got to try any spot. And like I said before, there could be some spot where somebody catches 2 aluas in one night. You can go the next night, you're not going to catch nothing. You got another night where somebody's been fishing the whole weekend, pounding all weekend, no catch nothing. You show up on Monday morning and throw out one cast and you can catch an alua. It's all hit and miss. The whole thing is just consistently trying. And that's the perfect reason why I think you will catch an alua before the year runs out.
Hope so.
All right. Consistently trying is very important. Okay, do you guys run did you guys run out on the slide jig? Oh, and a slide jig sold out real quick. As soon as we put it on the website, it was gone. We got a very limited I still have the one that we kept for ourselves, so if you want to sample.
Okay.
All right. But yeah, we only got in a total of 8, and within 3 days they were all gone, even with the higher price that we had to sell it at. Do bubble whip work around the world? You know, the tough bubble is not specifically a Hawaii thing. It is actually a Just a bubble. It's made by what used to be Rainbow Plastics. Now it's Double X Tackle. It's been around for a long time. I've had older models like I found in my dad's freshwater tackle thing. So it's been around for a long time, and I'm sure it works all around. It's just that we've kind of done our own thing down here where it's made it a part of our fishing package, where we have egg lead, tough bubble. You know, we create new things like hammer bombs. We have bank sinkers, claw lead that we make our own. Some, you know, a lot of places they call it a Sputnik lead or something like that, or we call it different things. But there's certain things that we get from all over the world in our little mixing pot of Hawaii fishing, and we kind of call ourselves. But I'm pretty sure the bubble works all around the world. Okay. All right, thanks, guys. Been checking surf reports lately. Recently went North Shore side, and when we left because the waves were getting too rough. Yeah, North Shore, certain places, waves, too rough of waves makes it very difficult to fish. Have you ever, during your recent outings, have you gone someplace where the conditions were just too crappy to even fish?
So we went Kayana Point over the weekend. And bro, I mean, we still went fish, but we wasn't expecting anything. Kind like we slid the bait down, and
it was overnight,
crazy rough.
I saw that video. Yeah, that was a last second thing, huh?
Last second thing.
Mean, I like that. Do y'all take broken reels for trade? No, we don't. No. Your best bet is to just post it up on Facebook Marketplace for a cheap dirt price. And good luck, brother. Okay. Let's see. What's the best bang for your buck fishing reel? Bang for your buck fishing reel. Oh, see, there's a lot of different ways you can go with that one, but I like the Shimano Sedona whipping reels. That's, for me, that feels like a great bang for the buck, because it feels like if you were to take a current model Shimano Sedona and compare it to like a 5 or 10 years ago Stratic, I feel like it even feels better.
Probably would.
And it's cheaper than it was retail back then. It's under $100. I like the Shimano Sedona, best bang for your buck. Dunking, I would say the Penn Wrath is a great deal for under $100. To get an 8K reel for under $100, the Penn Wrath 2 is a great deal. Okay. And I don't think we're going to get a chance to watch everything, and I don't want to keep you for 40 minutes like we did yesterday. But here we go. 30 minutes of yapping about fishing. I hope you guys at least take a quick little moment and leave a like on the video. That's all we ask, is for a like. And also we ask for your questions. So if you're watching this later in the day and you have a question, or we didn't get a chance to answer your question, please drop it in the comments after the video post. And real quick, Danny sent me a text message right before I went on this. He just finished watching yesterday's video, and he mentioned something about Van Stalls. He wanted me to tell you guys, or maybe he just wanted to tell me. He's had his Van Stalls for almost 20 years. He's gone through a couple different sizes, and for him, the way that he fishes, where he goes up to his neck in water sometimes to cast out, Van Stalls are the best choice for him, and he swears by them and he loves them. But for me, what I was saying yesterday is that it's not for everybody. I feel like unless you're doing the kind of fishing that Danny is doing, or you're going out on the flats where sometimes your water and the waves can like get on your gear, I don't think that the Van Stalls are the best reel for GTs and stuff. I feel like if you're going to be actively in the water and you want a sealed reel that is going to hold up for an extended period of time, I like it for the way that Danny fishes. And I'll leave you with that. And also, please leave a like. Mahalo for watching. Aloha.